I'm Matt Gross, the Frugal Traveler for the New York Times. This summer, I'm embarking on the grand tour of Europe. Over 12 weeks, I'll seek out ancient history and contemporary culture. I'll find cool hotels and eat memorable meals. And I'll stretch the US dollar to the breaking point. I came to the town of Thalle in north-central Germany for one reason only. Not to admire its churches or fountains, nor to walk its shopping street, whose name lets you know this was once East Germany. No, I came to Thalle to leave this pretty town for the even prettier wilderness, the Harz Mountains, 860 square miles of hills, forests, and canyons, located almost right in the middle of Germany. My final destination, the Brocken, the highest peak in northern Germany. I would travel the entire 50 miles on foot, the least expensive mode of transportation. Don't need a bike, a credit card, an internet connection, or a passport. Just strong legs and good shoes. Goethe walked these woods and used the Brocken as a setting in Faust. Today, hikers come in droves to make the trek from Thalle up the Bode River to the next village, Treseburg. It's an easy 8 miles, a nice day trip. Some people, like these Belgian hikers, are much more ambitious.
How many kilometers in 4 days?
How many? Kilometers, 25 kilometers in a day.
So 100?
More or less 100.
Now they were at the end of their journey, I asked what they'd learned.
When it's raining, you need good clothes.
The first stage went by quickly, with just a few stops to fill up on water. That river water may look clean and fresh, but you really can't trust it. 1 tablet for 1 liter, leave it for 10 minutes, and it's good to drink. But after 2 or 3 hours, when I finally reached the picture-perfect mountain village of Treseburg, I wanted something stronger than river water. It was the best beer I'd had all morning. Still, 7 or 8 miles wasn't enough to earn me more than a moment's rest, so I pressed on to Altenbach. Now, at last, I was alone in the wilderness, and all along the side of the road, raspberry bushes. As night fell, I arrived in Altenbach, another lovely little hill town. In Germany, when you need a place to sleep, you look for 2 words: Zimmer frei, room available. Unfortunately, the sign doesn't always correspond with reality.
Guten Abend, ein Zimmer? Nein?
A few minutes later, I found a free Zimmer. Well, not exactly free. It cost 45 euros, but I bargained them down to 35. And hey, I had a minibar. Tempting, but not for this frugal traveler. For most of the next few days, I was walking alone, through dark forests, past calm reservoirs and sparkling lakes, staying in affordable pensions, and discovering historic paths.
So I'm walking north up was once the East Germany, West Germany border. And to my left was the West, to my right was the East.
20 years ago, this whole region was a high-security area, patrolled by troops and dotted with landmines. Now it's safe for the likes of me. As for witches and supernatural creatures, I saw only a few, but the natural world was as fascinating as any fairy tale. Every couple of yards, I'd stop to inspect the flowers or the animals of the Harz. Spending so much time alone also made everyday encounters that much more exciting. Like when I stumbled on Cookie's Erbsensuppe. Cookies specializes in a yellow split pea soup, fortified with chunks of bacon and stewed with fat links of sausage. It's seriously filling, and just €2.50 a bowl. Sometimes I would meet people in the middle of nowhere. This guy was clearing a field for reasons that at first seemed mysterious.
Hirsche, Wildschweine.
Ah, Wildschwein?
Ja.
Around?
Hirsche.
Oh.
Ja.
Danger?
Schießen. Ja, hier.
Oh, okay. I see.
And these campers? Well, I ran into them on the path.
Hello.
What's your name?
Oh, my name is Matthias.
Yes, and my name is Christian.
Christian, Matthias, and their friends were going the same way I was. Through the oddly named town of Elend.
Elend means misery?
I think so, yes.
Wow. If you're feeling bad, so this is the village for you.
They were taking their time, pausing to instruct me in a German health craze, walking barefoot in frigid mountain streams. Me, I wanted to get to the top, so I took off on my own. And soon, there I was at the peak, 3,747 feet above sea level, along with all the other tourists. This is not exactly the place Goethe once trekked to, a high spot in the wilderness where witches could gather in private. Some of these people hadn't even hiked up the Brocken. They'd taken the train. Frankly, it was all a little too easy. And now that I'd reached the end of my journey, there wasn't much left to do but admire the view, say Guten Tag to Goethe, and choke down a final bratwurst, with a shot of the local hooch for good luck. Then it was time to head back, the easy way. These steam engines date from the 1950s, and they're a wonderfully nostalgic 90-minute ride into the past. But the past is a strange thing. Whether it's the wild romantic era of Goethe, or the sad militaristic time of East Germany, you can never really stay there for long. At some point, you put down your walking stick and realize you're just a visitor, along for the ride. Für die New York Times, hier ist Matthias Groß, der sparsame Reisende.